Hey there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. I'm your host, PattSun, and today we're gonna be taking a look at r/cheating stories, where OP's girlfriend just refuses to admit to anything. Let's begin. Is my wife cheating? Posted by Reddit user Nighthawk.
We have been together 6 years and celebrated our first-year anniversary last weekend. I've had suspicions the past year from finding out she met up with a guy from work after the bar had closed and I wasn't home that night, to not wearing underwear under her dress to work and staying late at work, ignoring my calls and coming home drunk. I found Plan B in the trash last week and we haven't had sex in a month. We can only do it in the dark now and I am not supposed to go down. She has always taken daily birth control since we have been together. I got a few different answers when I asked about it. 1. I was told that it was the box from a month ago when we last had sex. An hour later she said that she had bought a bunch of Plan B because it was going out of stock on Amazon last month. 2. A few days later I asked again because it was with an Amazon package showed delivered 2 days before I found it and the package only weighed an ounce. I asked to see her Amazon purchase for that day and she refused. 3. Finally, after our anniversary, I asked to see if she would just show me that she did not order the Plan B a month after we stopped having sex. Instead, she showed me a different brand of Plan B, but just the pill, not the box or wrapper. I told her I knew that this was a different pill than the one that was delivered because on the picture of it on the box was different. She finally let me see her Amazon deliveries. One was delivered on Saturday, the one I found, and the other on Tuesday, after I had already confronted her about it. She swears that she did not take the pill I found the box and open wrapper of, but she doesn't know where she put it to show me. Maybe I'm paranoid, but she knew exactly where the second Plan B that was delivered on Tuesday was to show me.
OP, if you actually think that you're just paranoid, then her gaslighting must be working really well. Look, young man, do yourself a favor. Go back and read your post, but pretend someone else had posted it instead of yourself. What would you advise that person? And more importantly, what would you tell that person to do? Come on, man, you already know the answer to that. And now for today's second story. My husband wants to move and I don't know if I want to go with him because I'm sacrificing a lot. Am I giving too much to make it work? Posted by Reddit user Flashy Fake High Day.
My husband and I have been together for 5 years total. Dating for 3.5 and married for 1.5. My husband was offered a job in a new state. When he was given the offer, we briefly discussed moving and I agreed that he should accept the job. At the same time, we were discussing the possibility of a divorce with the assumption that if he took the job that I would not be going with him. Among other reasons. This was largely due to personal health reasons. My doctor and I determined that I should not have kids, and this was an issue with my husband, since he has always wanted to be a dad. He really struggled with the fact that he wouldn't be a dad, and he said that he didn't think he was cut out to help me through my health concerns. I completely understood where he was coming from, so we were by no means on bad terms. A week after he accepted the job and we decided we would separate, I found out I was pregnant. This was a complete shock to both of us, but we decided that I would move with him and we would have the baby. As predicted, it was a horrible pregnancy for me and we unfortunately ended up miscarrying. We are now set to move in 3 weeks and I have been really struggling with it. I am realizing that I do not want to move. I would have to leave my job and take a step backwards in my career due to lack of opportunities in my field. Leave my friends, the house that I bought, and leave my family. My mom is terminally sick and isn't expected to be around much longer, and my family members that moved away that I am very close to just told me they are moving back home. In addition, I have an eating disorder that I have finally gotten under control due to my current treatment, and it is scary to think that I could relapse if we move. I am feeling incredibly anxious about the move. I don't want to go, but I am nervous that if I don't I will regret leaving my marriage. I don't know what the right choice is. I know that we can always move back. But my husband has made it clear that his intentions are to stay there and buy a house. He did say that if after 2 years I am still not at home that we can consider moving back home. But a lot can go wrong in 2 years. I have visited the new city a few times in the past month to get excited, found new coffee shops, joined book clubs, found running groups, and got a new job to make myself as excited as possible for this move. But it's not working. I am still completely dreading it. Regarding kids, my husband still wants one and thinks we should try. I'm terrified to be pregnant again. Also, he has made comments about my weight before and how he wouldn't be as attracted to me with a mom bod, and that makes me feel anxious. It also has had a negative impact on our sex life since I gained weight with the pregnancy, and am now very self-conscious in front of him. That being said, I do think that he is really trying to work on that and to make me feel attractive. TLDR, I said that I would move with my husband, but now that we are closer to the moving date I have cold feet. Am I giving too much to this relationship? Should I be expecting more support and flexibility from my husband?
OP. A man who isn't cut out to help you with your health concerns is not exactly the type of man you want to have children with. Honestly, this would be enough reason for me to get a divorce. Listen, OP. Love yourself enough to put your health and family first. Then work on finding someone who will love you both in sickness and in health. And now for today's final story. I found out the girl that I'm seeing was sexting another guy. Posted by Reddit user Writer at Heart.
So, a little bit of backstory. I met this girl in one of my math classes and we clicked sometime earlier in the year. We've been on and off for about 8 months now. She was my best friend and we told each other everything. She even trusted me with telling me she used to be a sex worker and that she gave up that kind of life.
By the end of this, you are going to be crying like a little bitch.
So, I pushed it aside and decided to give her a chance. I never felt more comfortable with anyone else in my 27 years of living. Long story short, after a while I started to notice her acting weird. Usually, she's open to me about everything. She's the type to blurt out the truth. But over the past few weeks, my gut kept telling me she's hiding something, and here's some of the warning signs that I missed that something more was going on. Hiding her phone and going to the bathroom to take calls at weird times during the morning and at night. Even took the call during both our dates, and the second time she made us late because of how much she was talking on the phone. At this point I'm heated and asked about it. She simply said, "I'm grown. I can talk to whoever I want and you don't pay my phone bill, and it's not my fault that I have a lot of people in my life that care about me and check up on me." Asking repeatedly when I'm gonna be back from classes and my work schedule. Made little weird jokes like this. "You always come back from school and work fast. If I wanted to do some dirt, then I would have been caught." Last night, I saw on her phone that some guy texted her 7 a.m. tomorrow. We share a Hulu account and she recently renamed her profile as the same last night as her ex. Confronted her here too and she simply told me I was seeing things wrong. Bullshit. Then today, I eventually did catch her in the act. I got to my place a bit early because I had a meeting with my professor. I enter into the living room area and clear as day hear her talking on the phone with some guy. She had the TV on mute, so I know it wasn't coming from there. I hear bits and pieces that quickly got me heated again. Such as the guy asking, "So, do you have any toys on you?" And before that she was showing the guy stuff around my room and pointing things out. So, I know she was on FaceTime with him. I open the door and see her naked from the waist down. I see her rapidly press on her phone to end the call and hop on the bed as if nothing happened. Like I wouldn't catch on or something. Well, I confronted her about it. I asked her, "Who were you on the phone with?" She said, "Who? Nobody." I confronted her again. "Don't play stupid. I know you were on the phone with someone. So, who is that and why do you have guys asking you about what toys you own?" Her response, "You know how guys are. I can't control what guys do, and the classic 'he's a nobody.' Then why the fuck are you FaceTiming him naked then if he doesn't mean anything to you?" I say, "Why don't you shut it down if a guy is flirting or asking for your toys on the phone?" More back and forth on how it wasn't her fault. I also wanted to ask why she was on FaceTime half naked with another guy, but at that moment any feelings I had for her died right then and there. I simply sat down and finished my food and pretended she wasn't there, realizing how much wasted time and money on a girl like her, as she simply rants on how all men are weird and why don't men confront other men. I don't know, I just needed to get this off my chest. Maybe I'm the crazy one here, but I highly doubt that shit. But me and her are done. She just doesn't know it yet. Anyways, this is my cheating story, and moral of the story is to always trust your gut. If something's feel off, then most likely it is. It's only a matter of time before you find out what that something is. TLDR. Caught girlfriend of 8 months sexting another guy and she lied in my face about it. It's over between us and she doesn't know it yet. Moral of the story, trust your gut.
And then, we have this comment exchange between OP and Mercedes Gullwing.
Ouch. Damn. That's good you didn't really argue and are done. Here's the deal, if she is just a girlfriend, you don't need proof of anything. People will say you need to install cameras everywhere, get VARs and put in her car, break into her phone. That's all silly, stupid, and possibly some of it illegal. You don't need to do any of that. This isn't the fucking Warren Commission on presidential assassinations. None of that is needed. It's not relevant. If you have a bad feeling something is wrong, have a discussion with her. If she denies and you aren't satisfied, end the relationship. Nothing more is needed. There are only two possible outcomes if she denies anything. She is lying. Ending the relationship is the only move, or she is telling the truth. If she's telling the truth, there are deeper issues going on. There is a complete lack of trust, which dooms a relationship anyway, or your gut is entirely wrong and honestly probably shouldn't be in the relationship anyway. Either way, the outcome is largely the same. The above doesn't apply to marriage unless you live in a no-fault state. Once you are at the level of monitoring your partner's phone, the relationship is doomed or over. Not only trust your gut, but follow through with your gut too. 100% to everything you said. I'm a firm believer in not going through someone's phone and trusting them at face value. In relationships, I tend to have the benefit of the doubt and hope for the good in people to shine through.
Wow, like a bitch.
And that's what Frieza said.
I also believe that if my significant other is doing things behind my back, then it'll come to me in some shape or form. It's like that one saying about how whatever happens in the dark will come into the light. So, worrying and stressing myself gray about it and doing weird things like installing apps or cameras is just a waste of effort, because one day, the truth will come out eventually. It's just a matter of when. At the very least, I didn't put a ring on it or have any kids, so that's a plus.
Viewer support is the best way for me to remain independent and continue bringing you these daily videos, which will always be here on my channels for you to watch absolutely free. So please consider subscribing to me on Rumble and on YouTube. Both will be linked in the description box down below. Thanks for listening, everyone. If you even somewhat enjoyed today's story, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, and if you really like it, consider subscribing to PattSun to never miss a future upload. Stay strong.